Thank you for watching My News 26. I'm Paula Jasper. Today we're in Traverse City, and joining me is Ryan Hannon, Street Outreach Coordinator for Goodwill, Northern Michigan. Thanks for joining me, Ryan.
Thanks, Paula.
Now first, tell us, what is Street Outreach?
Street Outreach is a program that locates and engages with people experiencing homelessness on the streets and the woods in northern Michigan. And what we do is we go to where people are and we bring access to resources for housing to end homelessness. And for everybody, that's different. We may help people apply for housing, apply for subsidies, obtain the necessary documentation they would need for that, make referrals to places like workforce development or substance abuse treatment or mental health facilities, and also make sure they have access to medical care.
Okay, in your opinion, what is the status of homelessness in northern Michigan?
Well, the status of homelessness in northern Michigan, in my opinion, is too much. One person is too much. Right. But anywhere in the Traverse City area on any given day, there's approximately 100 people on the streets or the woods in the immediate vicinity of Traverse City. Now that just means on the streets, unsheltered. There's also people experiencing homelessness staying at the Goodwill Inn homeless shelter, places like the Women's Resource Center shelter, and also Patriot Place Veterans Transitional Facility in Gaylord, Michigan, which covers the whole 10 counties of northern Michigan. So that kind of sums it up for Traverse City.
Right.
Now for northern Michigan, the 10-county area, there's approximately 500 or so people experiencing homelessness on any given night throughout the 10 counties of northwest Michigan. So that could mean someone in certain counties sleeping on a couch that doesn't have a regular fixed nighttime residence. Or it could be a shelter in Petoskey, or it could be in the woods in Cadillac.
Okay, now I understand within approximately a year, you have completely flip-flopped who you're targeting first.
Well, in Street Outreach, we've been targeting the most vulnerable for a number of years now. And we use the tactic through what's called Housing First. So in Street Outreach, we want to help people find housing first, rather than, say, fix the person before they get into housing. And so we target the most vulnerable using a vulnerability assessment and actually spend most of our time trying to help access housing for people that are most likely to die on the streets.
Where before it used to be maybe the easiest fix.
Well, before, for the system as whole, homeless response in the country, across the country, has been first come, first serve. Maybe people have enough resources and wherewithal to get to the resources. So now there's a push across the country to help allocate the very precious resources that are out there to make sure they get to the people that actually need them the most.
Okay, now I know you have a goal, and part of it is functional zero, getting to functional zero. What does that mean?
Functional zero means if a community can house someone who's experiencing homelessness within 30 days of them finding out that they've fallen into homelessness, that would essentially be a functional zero. Now we have a long way to go in prioritization and seeking people out and helping them through street outreach, and emergency shelters and other community resources is the way to get there.
Now, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing street outreach for approximately 8 years.
I'm assuming it's a pretty intense job.
It's pretty intense. There's all sorts of people and level of need out there. There's considerations for advocacy for people, education for community systems and agencies and emergency responders, as well as helping the people experiencing homelessness access the right resources at the right time to help end homelessness.
Okay, now I know there's also a lot of paperwork that goes with this, but when you go out in the street, do you usually get a referral to go out on the street, or do you just go out and look?
There's always paperwork with programs to help people in need, so that's a necessary part of the job. But there may be referrals that I get. Someone may call and say they've noticed a person coming out of the woods every day in the morning, or somebody laying on a park bench or holding a sign. So that's part of the way that we find people in street outreach. Also, we know where people are, and people experiencing homelessness themselves, if they find someone that is new to the streets or they haven't seen, they'll ask the person if they know Ryan or street outreach, and then tell them how to get in touch with us.
Wow. Okay, do you feel like over the last few years you're making headway?
I think we're making headway as far as tackling homelessness, but it's encouraging now that the system is targeting the most vulnerable, so the people that kind of have been forgotten or were difficult to work with or haven't got those resources for years are now able to get the help that they need.
What's contact information? for you?
Contact information for me would be Ryan H. at goodwillnmi.org, or you can call 231-995-7721.
Thanks a lot, Ryan.
Thank you.
Paula, Jasper, -26 in Traverse City.